Okay. Hey. That's just awful. I've never seen a game like that. Never.
Maybe will you turn it up?
Like for the Stanley Cup, you'd think it'd be closer game. Like they should have had at least one goal, huh? Oh, that's
Peter, can you turn it up? What's wrong with you?
Yes. That's too bad. One laugh, probably, yes. Okay, but you're off in good night.
The players know the pecking order, and Mark Recchi gets his third Stanley Cup. And another visit to Mark Recchi Way in Kamloops, BC. Come on, Recchi! Almost a young man in his mid-20s, Patrice Bergeron, the longest serving Bruin, has the cup. No greater feeling, and although it's 35 plus pounds, it never feels lighter than this moment right here. Rogers Arena, there's probably still 17,000 people staying and saluting the Bruins and giving Tim Thomas quite an ovation right now.
Under highlights. You should be ashamed of yourselves. They say it's more Canadians playing on the Boston team anyway
the Czech Republic and Slovakia this summer. Thomas Kaepernick, acquired from the Maple Leafs, gets his turn.
Every time he watches it, the team's
11th highest scoring Leaf. They traded him away, and he didn't sit. That's about that organization. There's his reward.
Andrew Ferris got to the Cup final, Game 7 with Calgary, and lost. And Sean Thornton celebrates a second cup.
And you think about this series changing. Game 3 in Boston. Thornton inserted into the lineup to give this team some energy, and boy, did he have played 9 shifts, turned the series around.
Dennis Seisberg was terrific with Zdeno Chara, and the cup is headed for Germany this summer. Michael Ryder celebrates. Let's go down into the mayhem on the ice. Ron McLean and Tim Thomas.
With the Conn Smythe Trophy winner, Tim, congratulations. What a great performance you gave us and your team gave us. What were the keys as you see the 4 rounds and the 3 Game 7 victories?
You know, this team just had so much character. You know, every time we got our backs up against the wall and had to come up big, we did. Every time. We did the same thing in Game 6. And to win it on the road in Game 7 is no easy task, and they came through. That's just a testament to the character on that team.
Character's sort of an inside thing, but there's sometimes things that happen. Is there anything that comes to mind, or a text, or a message that you all had, a mantra that you used that helped to channel that or focus that character?
No, there was no one thing. There was the same kind of, you know, the little things that we say to each other all year long. Nothing that was as important as what you're talking about, just a whole bunch of little things that added up.
Who does it mean the most to for you when you see some of your teammates get to touch it right now? I mean, first of all, I should congratulate you. Vancouver fans gave you a huge ovation. That just says the respect for.
Yeah, I appreciate that, you know. Well, I just want to take this opportunity, you know, to say that I respect the players for the Vancouver Canucks. I respect Roberto Luongo. I think they're a great team, and he's a great goalie. That had nothing to do with anything.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. But that's media with 2 days off, right?
I'm sorry.
Sometimes we bring that.
I've never done this before.
No, good for you. Well, you know what? When you're at the All-Star game and you give us those great interviews and you're fun and you've been such a guy to help grow the game, and you mentioned it, a year ago, Vezina Trophy, or 2 years ago, Vezina Trophy, and then you kind of relegated to the second string position, and you come roaring right back. Might win the Vezina, you got the Conn Smythe, you got the cup. That's pretty special.
It is. It's incredible. It's so incredible that it hasn't set in for me yet.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I wonder if he's going to lose that kind of John Goodman look. They land
Lucic hoisted the Memorial Cup for the Vancouver Giants in the Pacific Coliseum, and he hoists the Stanley Cup in the Rogers Arena in his hometown, and here's an ovation for it. Here's Zdeno Chara and Ron.
Right. Congratulations, Zdeno. All hockey players like to see that moment when the cup gets handed off by the commissioner. What did it feel like?
It's a huge honor and it's a privilege. You know what? I'll probably remember that feeling and that moment for the rest of my life.
What were the keys to your championship?
Obviously playing hard, playing physical, playing on the edge. We knew that Vancouver has an unbelievable team. They got so much skill up front and speed. We had to find a way to slow them down, play them really physical and winning the battles and races.
What were some of the keys to slowing them down? Was it good stick? Was it playing the body well?
Always be in the right position, closing the gaps, having sticks on the ice. Obviously, Sedin brothers can make those plays without even looking at each other. So, just play them really hard.
You were out with Andrew Ferris and Nathan Horton for noodles. You were spotted in a restaurant here, so I know those are two of your pals. Who are you happiest to share tonight with?
My family. No question about that. They sacrificed so much for us to be able to do this. For sure, my wife, my daughter Elise my parents and sister back home.
All your work for Right to Play, all your work as captain of the Bruins. Well done. Here's Milan Lucic. Susanna, your mom is 19 years old, Grapes and I decided when we met her coming out of the Hockey Day in Canada. She's a beauty, and your dad and your whole family, Milan. It's not great to Vancouver fans, but they're happy for you. There's no question about that.
Yeah, it's no words can explain. And no words can explain why everything's happened for me here in Vancouver. It's just from the draft, from the Giants, the Men's Cup, NHL Championship, Canada-Russia Super Series, winning it here, and now the Stanley Cup. It's unbelievable. I got to pay a lot of credit to my parents first off, especially my dad. He was the one that drove me everywhere.